Okay, this is called Bossing Up Part 2. And I wanted to talk about bossing up on a narcissist. And this is the only way, the only kind of retribution you're going to really get from a narcissist. And I always talk about don't try to seek for apologies because, first of all, when someone does something to you, for apology to be considered authentic, is something that they, one, did not intentionally do, or is something that they unknowingly do. Okay, narcissists, they usually know. It's very rare when they don't know what they're doing. And two, they're very intentional and calculating about what they do to you and how they say things to you. So you don't look for that, okay? So therefore there is no apologies, okay? Um so remember that, okay? I know I'm in the library and I'm talking kind of loud, but this library is kind of weird. I don't know. I never was able to talk in the library, so this is like a fun library, whatever. Um So when this narcissist come on you, first of all, bossing up, you really, if someone truly respects you, they will see that you are already bossed up. You don't need to be um, bossed up or show yourself to prove that you are good enough for anyone or anything, okay? Because a person of normal character, in a normal mindset, in a righteous mind, they're going to know, they're going to know. And if they didn't think that you were that, they will politely say, you know what, this is not working. Maybe we need to go different paths and leave it like that. But the narcissist is not going to do that. They're not going to do that whatsoever because they want control and they want you in the palm of their hand, okay? So once they get rid of you, um, that's your time to boss up. Not to you see how loud they talk in the doggone library. Um, but you don't wanna boss up while you're trying to get away from them because they're gonna be looking at you and they're gonna say, oh well, she's doing this, then I need to stay with her. She's getting better. They're gonna want that. They see that as supply. They're gonna want to stay closer. So you want to be as dead as ever until you leave. So this is for when you leave, okay? Because you want to get back to yourself. And yeah, I want you to remember that if you are trying to boss up to reconnect and get back with people, I've seen on YouTube people will say, this man was so bad, like how to get your man back. And they have all these things and they're doing all these little manipulation tactics. And then at the end, guess what? After they done all the tactics, the manipulation will work, okay? Period. But eventually you'll find out that you did all this stuff and it wasn't worth you doing all the manipulation and all the trying. So these people are buying all these self-help books, all this stuff for how to train your man, how to get this person. First of all, you shouldn't have to train anybody, okay? Train your mind and your body to get right. We are in control of our own temples. So you shouldn't be trying that. But if you are trying to boss up to try to be back with them, just stop looking right now. That's not gonna work. Any manipulation tactics that anyone says that's gonna help you connect with somebody, that don't work. Okay, it will be a temporary fix to a huger problem because all you're doing is putting a band-aid and you're using the same tactics that they're using on you when you need to get them far away from you so you can be healthier and find the right people that want to love you and want to have the time for you and make time for what they want. Okay? The longer you hold on to them, the longer it's going to be worth. So if you're trying to uh, boss up without, with, with uh, connecting onto them, just don't do it. Yeah, don't. Just boss up and make sure when you boss up, you have no notion of reconnecting with this person because it's not going to work. It is just not going to work, okay? And it's going to put you at a more detrimental state, okay? Um, so once you're gone, what you want to do is don't focus on them. Focus on everything that is good about you because you need pep talk right then. You need all this pep talk, okay? You got to look at your previous things that you did before them that made them come. What made them say that they really like what they really liked about you, because they gonna always say that's what they hate about you too. Mine was that I wore too much lipstick. At first they loved the way I wear my lipstick and how I made my own shades and all that. And, I was fashionable, this and that. But once I started getting in there, I had to wear frumpy clothes because I'm trying to look too seductive and all this other stuff and this and that. These are how these people work. Or they knew that the last one knew that I had and I nipped that in the butt really quick, that I had an issue with my teeth, because I got hit with by a car, and my teeth doing those little gangster um, and he would say, okay, that's okay, honey, you're beautiful anyway, but then would try to talk about me and say little sly comments on the low, or bring it up to your friends while we're in public, just put you public humiliation, so what you want to do is write all the good things about yourself, because you're going to need it, okay? By this time, when you're away from this person, they have worn you down because you're trying so hard to prove to them that they're right, that you're right for them, and that you're a better person. You're trying to make things seem right and justified, and not only that, but you're imposing you're forging your covenant, your belief system on them, when they clearly don't have the same belief system. You have to realize that. So yeah, write those good things about you. Take some time and say, hey, yeah. The second thing you're gonna do is rest. Okay, I had to rest because my mind was spinning. I didn't even know that my mind was spinning so much, because going through this and having this, not only having a mate that was narcissistic, but having narcissistic people around me who was just trying to, they see me going to stardom. They're like trying to take things from me. They can see your gift, and it's crazy. Um, they'll have you running to and from when they're, you know, doing slick underhanded stuff. So you want to make sure that you um, guard yourself by resting. Okay. Um, a lot of military people use sleep deprivation as a weapon. It really works, okay? When you are stressed out, you cannot relax. When you are stressed, you make irrational decisions. That's why people, when they come and they try to sell something, they always try to push it and they try to say, hurry up, time is the essence, and, which time is of the essence. But usually when people are forcing things on you, you don't have time to think and say, well, maybe if I can just wait and just buy one of those, then it'd be okay. And then they rush and they say, well, if you buy this right now, we'll give you the second one free. All you have to do is pay shipping and handling. So you're getting two for the price of one. When in reality, if you look online or you look in another store, you can get two of those for half the price without the shipping and handling. So get yourself some rest. This is a war. This is a war. Bossing up is not easy, and most people don't. Most people lose their lives from this. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I say you lose your lives from dealing with narcissistic people. Okay, I almost lost myself. I was like, what am I doing? Where's myself? Who am I? Blah. After all this, and I thought I didn't do anything. So that rest is going to be helpful. So the third one I'm going to talk about is making sure that you close all your doors. All the doors that you possibly can, that make sure that they can never come back. They can never come back and hold that space. Narcissists are very cunning. They are very, people say they're not smart. They really are smart. But they're more clever, okay? So you can have your guard up, but every ounce and every time that they see you and they're seeing you're doing better, they don't really care about you. They're just trying to find out more and more and more about you. So the quicker you close those doors and stop commenting and talking to other people, because you don't know who they have as, secret spies or flying monkeys, or, people who come back and talk, the better you will be. Um, I'm gonna go on to part 3 and attach this clip on there, and then I'll talk about part 3 about once you be your own spokesperson, your own confidence motivator. Um, once you have good things to say about yourself, once you get that rest, And once you close those doors, um, I'll talk about the rest on the next segment. Hopefully, something I said or done will help you. Please stay tuned and watch part 3. Okay.